Alright guys, stick around if you want to learn how to make the most amazing steak with a beautiful wine sauce. Let's go ahead and get it. So first things first, let's get a pan up to about a medium heat. And we want to do that because we're going to kind of cook the mushrooms in there. So grab about 3 to 5 CRIMINI mushrooms or anything similar. How you doing? Chop those up like so, give nice little slices. Just follow along, guys. Quick, easy little slices. Set those aside, put those in a bowl, and we're just waiting to get up to temp there on the pan. In the meantime, get some butter ready, and what we're gonna do next is we're gonna chop our shallot. We're gonna use about 1/2 of a full shallot, so go ahead and dice that up like so. The smaller the dice, the better with these shallots, so just kind of follow along with that chop on that. And let's go ahead and get it chop, chop, chop. Boom, bada, beep, boop, bop. And then next we're going to grab about a small handful of parsley. So we're not using all this parsley, we're going to use about half. So chop it like so, and that gives us about a good small handful. And that's going to come at the end for some garnishing. And there you go. Smack the steak, get the blood circulation going. Pop it out, and let's give it a good season on both sides with a little salt and pepper. Salt and pepper never hurt anyone, guys. Be generous with it. Salt and pepper on both sides. Rinse and repeat. Easy, easy. Go ahead and follow that. Done. There we go, guys. We're almost there. We're almost halfway. So let's go ahead and throw some butter into our pan, or any fat that you prefer, but butter kind of gives that rich flavor and helps the mushrooms caramelize a little better. So now that we're about medium heat, let's go ahead and throw our mushrooms in, and we're going to cook these guys for about 3 to 5, maybe 6 minutes, just depends on the size of your pan, things like that. And we're going to just season a little bit with some salt. Like I said, guys, salt never hurt anyone. So add a little salt and go ahead and cook this up. We're going to cook these till they kind of caramelize a little bit, and usually around 3 to 5 or 6 minutes is a good amount of time to get that desired color and caramelization on these mushrooms. So we're gonna let those sit aside and cook for a second. I'm gonna fast forward it because I know you're busy. And yeah, let's go ahead and take these off now. They're cooked, they look good, they smell good. Boom, bada, beep. Throw it in a bowl, set it off to the side, and prep a little more butter again. And let's throw it back into the pan. Now we're going to be cooking the steak. So we're going to sear both sides of the steak on a medium-high heat for about 30 seconds to 1 minute. You should get like a nice crispy brown color, as you can see here. That's like a pretty solid sear, so that's what we're shooting for, guys. Then step 2, once we get that sear, let's go ahead and drop the heat to low and cook each side for about 1 to 2 minutes. So the more rare you want it, keep it around 1 minute. The more well done you want it, try to go to 2 to 3 minutes. Just kind of depends on your preference and the size of your steak, and also the size of your pan. So keep that in mind, guys. So we're good. We finished the steak. It looks beautiful. And look at that amazing crust, those crusty remnants that the steak has left into our pan. Beautiful. Next, we're just gonna simply throw our shallots in on a low-high heat, and we're just gonna scrape around. Use your spoon and just scrape around. Oh, and use a wood spoon. Scrape around, go ahead and kind of see what you can get off with the spoon, and we're going to cook those shallots till they're flagrant and a little bit translucent, and that's when we know. Next, we're going to add about 3 tablespoons of a fortified wine. Madeira wine is recommended. It is very delicious. It's kind of sweet and nutty, and what we're doing here is we're deglazing the pan. We're using this to basically absorb all of those leftover steak burns and flavors, and just to kind of bring it all together. So we're going to do that for about a minute or 2, and we're going to make sure the pan is nice and deglazed. And then next we're going to go ahead and add about 1/2 a cup of beef stock. Beef stock, right? We're cooking steak, so beef and beef. So just make sure you have beef stock. And then we're going to get that up to about a boil and then to a simmer. So what we're doing here is we're trying to reduce down the liquid content. And by doing that, it concentrates that beautiful flavor between the shallots and the steak and the now wine and the broth. So once we're about halfway through our reduction, let's go ahead and throw our cooked mushrooms in. And we're just going to let this train ride for a little bit longer. We're just going to continue reducing, simmering, And like I said, we're gonna reduce it down by about a half. So you should see about half the liquid content in your pan when you're finished. So that's what we're looking for there, guys. And you'll notice it gets a little bit thicker in consistency and a tiny bit syrupy. So just keep an eye out for that. So also, quick message here. Also, guys, we want to give away a bunch of recipes for absolutely free. We have a link in our bio. Go ahead and follow that link, and we'll send our recipes in an easy to download, easy to follow, and easy to use format straight to your inbox. We hope you enjoy them. Thanks so much. So cool, we're about done reducing. Had to share that little message. Hope you guys take advantage of those free recipes. But yeah, so we're about finished with our reducing. As you can see, there's a lot less liquid in our pan, so it worked and it all evaporated into smoke. So that's good. It's a good smoke. Your house will smell delicious, actually. It'll smell like a big old steak sauce. So turn off the heat and let's add 1 tablespoon of our fortified wine. This is to give it that extra little punch at the end, just to really seal the deal. But we also need butter to seal the deal. So add a little bit of butter in there. Turn the heat back on very, very low, probably on the lowest setting you can. And what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna take our spoon or spatula and just mix it in like so. Mix, 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 mix. Boom, bada, beep, boop, beep, boop, bop. Look at that. It's getting nice and rich. Oh, it just looks so good. I'm starving just watching this video again. So go ahead, grab your chopped parsley, top your beautiful steak with the parsley, and let's go ahead and douse that beautiful steak. This recipe works really good for ribeye steaks and filet mignons, so you know, use what you prefer, but just douse that steak and plate and enjoy, guys. Thanks so much for checking in and watching our video. We hope you got something out of this and you learned how to make a beautiful steak. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much. Cheers. We'll see you on the next one.